welcome to our new session. So today we are dealing with a wonderful chapter. So first of all, I will demonstrate a video to you. You have to observe the video and come up with your observation, students. Let's watch the video.
Hi, boys and girls. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what exactly was up there? Today we are going to learn about space and the planets that make up our solar system. I am so happy to have you here. Let's get started. Did you know that there are more stars in the sky than there are grains of sand on the beaches of Earth? That means there are over 1 billion trillion stars. Now let's hop aboard a rocket ship and zoom into space where we can get up close to the planets. Our solar system orbit around the sun. The sun is actually a star. It is a very hot ball made up of gases and can get as hot as 3.5 million degrees. Our sun heats up the planets and provides us with light. Did you know that 1 million Earths could fit inside of the sun? The planet closest to the sun is Mercury. Mercury is also the smallest planet in our solar system. It has extreme temperature changes. It can be as hot as 840 degrees during the day and 275 degrees below zero at night. The second closest to the sun is Venus. Venus is the brightest planet and has more than 1,600 volcanoes. Venus also has very strong and fast winds, sometimes reaching up to 450 miles per hour. The third planet from the sun is our home planet, Earth. 70% of Earth's surface is covered in water. Earth is the only planet known to have life. This is because it has oxygen and water and doesn't get too hot or too cold. The fourth planet from the sun is Mars. Mars has a huge volcano that is 3 times the size of Mount Everest. It is named Olympus Mons and is the tallest peak of any of the planets. The fifth planet from the sun is Jupiter. Jupiter is so big, you could fit all of the planets in our solar system inside of it. There is a red spot on Jupiter that is actually a huge storm, 3 times the size of Earth. The sixth planet from the sun is Saturn. Saturn is the second biggest planet in our solar system. It has big rings made up of rocks and ice. These rings are huge. They're over 150,000 miles wide. The seventh planet is Uranus. Like Saturn, Uranus also has rings, just not quite as big. The eighth planet from the sun is Neptune. Neptune is a cold, icy planet because it is the farthest from the sun. Meteoroids are small pieces of rock or metal that have broken off from a comet or an asteroid. search up in space. While there, they live on board a space station. It is the biggest object ever flown in space. It orbits the Earth 16 times a day. Thank you so much.
Yes. So, what did you see from the video? Have you wondered by watching this video, students? Do you want to go to space? If yes, how can we go to space? You have to tell me your answer. Yes, how will we go, students? Yes, we can use rocket, spacecraft, or space shuttle. So, tell me what is a space shuttle means. So here I will introduce the transportation system that is space shuttle. Okay, students. So let's see what is a space shuttle. Space shuttle, also called space transportation system, partially reusable rocket launched vehicle designed to go into orbit around Earth to transport people to space. So what did you got from this? Yes, students, what is space? What is space shuttle? Yes, so we can see that actually the space shuttle is also known as what? Space transportation system, and the space shuttle is made up of with four parts. Here you can see the four parts. Okay, the one is solid rocket boosters. Here you can see these two sides are made up of solid rocket booster, and it has one external tank. Okay, this is external tank, and the spacecraft is launched in an upright position and attached to two solid rocket orbiter. Here you can see orbiter is here, and the external fuel tank is as well as the solid rocket booster. Okay, then together they provide the shuttle with the millions of pounds of thrust to overcome the Earth's gravitation pull. Okay, so this is all about space shuttle. So have you got the point, students? Then let's see uses of spacecraft. What is spacecraft, students? Do you know what is a spacecraft? It is also a transportation system which is used to travel to space. Okay. Then what is the main purpose of using spacecraft? Okay, it is used for variety purposes. It used to communication and to observe the earth also, and to check the weather forecasting, and it is the main transportation of human and cargo for space exploration. So these are the main use or main purpose of spacecraft. Name this part of space shuttle. What is the name of this part, students? Yes? Tell me. Yes, this is orbiter. Okay, here you can see this middle part of the space shuttle is known as orbiter, and we can move on to the chapter. Before that, you have to tell me what do you know about this person? Yes, tell me. First, you have to tell me her name. Yes, this is actually Kalpana Chawla. Okay, then who was she? Kalpana Chawla, we can say. And what was she, students? She was an American astronaut and the first woman of Indian origin to go the space. So here I will mark these points to you. Okay, she was an American astronaut. Okay, students. She was a first woman who traveled to space of Indian origin to go to space. Okay, space. So this is all about Kalpana Chawla, students. So let's see what was she. We can explore more about her journey also. She first flew on Space Shuttle Columbia in 1997 as mission specialist and primary robotic arm operator. Okay, then let's move on to the next slide. An Indian American woman in space, Kalpana Chawla. So this is our chapter name, an Indian American woman in space, Kalpana Chawla. So this particular chapter throw of light upon tragic incident that had never happened before. It was an Indian American Kalpana Chawla, the magic woman, was part of international crew around in the US Space Shuttle Columbia, becoming the first woman born in India go into space. So this is all about the story, students. So before moving on to the chapter, we can read about Kalpana Chawla. uh, this is her profile, students. Her name is Kalpana Chawla, and the date of birth, she was born on March 17, 1962, and altered 1 July 1961, Haryana. Okay, then uh, mm, her lifespan was 1962 to 2003. So February 1, 2003, actually she has unfortunately left the world, students. And we can say that her education is Bachelor of Engineering degree in aeronautical engineering from Punjab Engineering College, India, and Master of Science degree in Aerospace Engineering, University of Texas at Arlington, Arlington, and Masters in 1986, PhD in Aerospace Engineering in 1988 from the University of Colorado, Boulder. Okay, so her first space mission is known as Space Shuttle Columbia in 1997, and space missions STS 87, STS 107, and her award Congressional Space Medal of Honor, NASA Distinguished Service Medal, and NASA Space Flight Medal. And her death anniversary, we already described about her date of lifespan. So here you can see she unfortunately left the world on 2003, and Space Shuttle Columbia disaster was the cause of her death. Okay, and you have to tell me what qualities are required to become a successful person. Do you know any points, students? So we have to be you have to ambition should be there, students. We need to be successful. And the next point is we have to be positive. So optimism also a one part of being a successful life. And we can say that patience. Okay, we have to be some patience, and we can say we have to be courage and self confidence is also an important part to be a successful life. Okay, then let's see what is next. Test your understanding. So you have to mark, or you have to fill this you have to fill this activity, students. And date of birth was which month? Yes, in which month she was born? 1 July 1961. Okay, and place of birth was Haryana, India, Haryana. Mission name was what, students? I will give you a hint here. Call. What it is? Space Shuttle Columbia, and we can say in which year actually the mission started, students? 1997. And profession was, yes, we can say she was an astronaut. Okay, so are you clear with this point? Can see this is how the story is begin. It's a news report. And tragedy in space, US space shuttle Columbia breaks into flames. In an unprecedented space tragedy, US Space Shuttle Columbia, carrying Indian born American astronaut Kalpana, Chawla, and six others, broke apart in flames as it streaked over Texas towards its landing strip on Saturday. 1st February 2003, killing all seven on board. The shuttle lost contact with NASA at about 9 a.m. 10:30 hours IST. As it came in for landing, it was flying at an altitude over 200,000 feet and traveling at over 20,000 km per hour when ground control lost contact with the shuttle. Columbia had lifted off on 16 January 2003 from the Kennedy Space Center, Florida. It had stayed in orbit for 16 days, and the seven-member crew conducted 18 experiments before it began its downward journey, which ended in tragedy. This was Columbia's 28th space flight, and the shuttle was said to be good for 100 flights. So, what is in this news report, students? I will explain to you. So, US Space Shuttle Columbia, which was carrying Indian born astronaut, which was Kalpana Chawla, and with six others, crashed over Texas while landing on Saturday, 1 February 2003. So that is the date that here they have mentioned, 2003. Okay, 16 January 2003, and killing all seven on board. Sharp at 9 a.m., the shuttle lost its contact with NASA, and it was flying at an altitude over 200,000 feet, and its traveling speed was what, students? 20,000 kilometer. So, actually, Columbia took 28 flights. This is the 28th flights that is on 16 January 2003, and from the Kennedy Space Center, that is in Florida, and it stayed in orbit for 6 days, and crew members did 18 experiments before beginning its tragic journey towards the land. Okay, this shuttle had been claimed to be good for 100 flights more. So here you can see what happened to Kalpana Chawla. So this is the tragedy that has happened in her life. In which year, students? 16 January 2003. The journey matters as much as goal. So who Whose quote is there, students? This is by Kalpana Chawla, and what it means, students? She is actually trying to say the journey is more important than the outcome or the goal. Okay, and this is to check your understanding. The Columbia crew did 16 experience in second mission. Is the statement is true or false? Yes, this is actually false because we know that they have did 18 experiments. Okay, so the correct answer is 80. So the statement is false. Okay, then the next thing is, here you can see 18 experiments, and the next thing is what, students? The recapitulation part. So you have to tell me what is an external tank. Yes, and Kalpana did her masters in which, and the tragedy happened on which date, students? 2003. I will give you the answer, 2003. And how many members were there in the Columbia mission? There were 7, including Kalpana Chawla. So this is all about the story, students. So you you have to do this homework, students. Prepare a video of 4 to 5 minutes on your role model and observe the sky at night and record your observations and experience. Draw an astronaut. Okay, so this is all about your homework, students. So thank you so much for joining the class.